everyone, welcome to another edition of Dice Talks, a Dice Cultural initiative that brings you all some of the greatest interviews with key people and fantastic people of the world of board games in the casual and fun format that you are used to. In Dice Talks we always have, as I told you, some guests in this way, one or today actually a couple of guests of the world of board games where we are going to they are going to share their passion and also the projects that they are developing in this fantastic hobby. My name is Cesar Mendes and I will be your host today. Okay, and with me I have a great pleasure to have Isra and Shei. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, great to have you here.
Nice. Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's go start into the questions. And basically, for those that don't really know you and want to know a little bit of who you are, okay, I would like you to tell me who are you, what do you do, how did you start in the world of board games? Okay, so whatever either of you want to start, that's fantastic.
Okay.
Mostly of time is speaking.
I will do the speaking because I speak more English than Sheila, but she can jump in at some time. Because she knows how to talk in English, but not as fluent as me. So
he speaks English better than me. So.
And also I talk more than her.
That helps also.
It helps. Yeah, totally. So who are we? We're basically nobodies. I mean, we are just a couple of board gamers that at some point we decided to start designing. So we're a couple. We're married. We are from Madrid, and we are starting playing board games since 2013, I think, more or less, like 8 years, 9 years. 9 years.
9 years.
I mean, a lot. Yeah. I mean, you can see all numbers. Who cares?
Yeah.
So we have been a couple for even more and more years. But at some point, one friend of us showed us a Dominion. We play like 3 or 4 times that afternoon playing Dominion and blew up our minds. So pretty much, and
we start to buy a lot of games, to play a lot of games.
You know that disease you get when you start playing board games? Like everything is new, everything is amazing. So you go to sales and offers, and then why this board game is so cheap? So you buy them all on. Yeah. We have been for all the phases.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. So so basically you were not gamers before, or were you? No, not at all. Not even video games and stuff like that.
I mean, we always has been nerds. So I mean it's easy to get hooked with board games. I mean I played some Magic the Gathering when I was 8 or 9 at school, so many times before. But I always keep playing video games. And Sheila did not play that much, but
I played a lot of card games, traditional card games.
Traditional card game with your parents.
Also chess. So
the basic. We did not know anything about all the modern board games. So when we get to that our friend's place, that we saw all that colorful boxes in the shelves, it was like, why cannot what is this? It was like there are board games. Can we play something? I cannot even imagine what we were doing before board games. We're like what we did. I mean. What do we
spend time, right?
We spend the time because now it's like, no, I don't have enough time to.
We went to concerts and also
music
cinema.
festivals. Also music festivals in Portugal. We were allowed there. But I mean, basically it becomes a big part of our lives right now.
Okay, very good, very good. And you mentioned that you started with Dominion. Was that the key game that triggered it all, or there was something
Yeah.
that even, yeah,
No,
Yeah,
that was because
was Dominion.
for me was like playing Magic the Gathering, but without spending a lot of money. So like everyone can win because all the cards are there. That's it. So you have to get it and then play it. And for me, it was like, oh, so it's like the coins in the mini was just like the mana in Magic. Yeah, you spend them and then you can get more cards and then play them. It was like, wow, this is amazing. So yeah, we played that on uh, 27th of April 2013. I know that the exact date when we played our very first time board games because the day after was the Madrid Marathon, and it's the only marathon I ran. So yeah, I have a mug with the date, and I saw it every morning. So so yeah, that's why I know the date. So it was in April, by the end of April, and Sheila gave me as a present the Dominion for
In
my
July,
birthday
yeah,
in
for
July. And yeah, after that,
And
like,
in August, we buy a ticket to ride,
yeah, and then it continued, and
more
then
Dominion stuff.
more, yeah, expansion, and then yeah, in a couple of months we have like 20 or 30 and now we have like 400,
Less,
less than 400.
less than 400.
okay, okay. You already reduced it in the meantime, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So and so you played a lot, right? You started playing a lot of games, knowing a lot of stuff, right? When did you start thinking about, and how was that process of playing the games to starting to develop the game and design the games? It's a big step, right? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
more or less 1 year later.
No,
Less, 6 months
not that
later.
much. I mean, we start playing at the end of April, and by December, I was presenting to Sheila one idea that I have because, I mean, it becomes with the person. I always spend my free time doing creative stuff. I mean, I draw comic strips. I learn music, play the guitar or whatever. I constantly doing stuff because I don't know, maybe I need it for not getting crazy or whatever. But Sheila doesn't. She don't need that. She does not need that. But at some point, I start. Oh, so now my new passion is board games. I have to do something with this. So we have some small dice, and I think that I can design a game or whatever. I present to Sheila. I designed this. Let's play test
But
this.
it was awful.
And it was awful.
It was
Yeah,
awful.
garbage, totally. And she told me like something like, "Let me help you." So we spent like a full afternoon designing. I mean, I cannot.
I am the clever
Yeah,
part of the couple.
she's the good one. I mean, yeah, if we are kind of successful, it's because of her. No, yeah,
okay.
it's my secret for the for the
Little silly
studio.
boy.
And now we spent that afternoon, and it was like, oh, it's like quality time for us, and also it's like playing board games, and we saw that. I mean, the things we design was kind of fun, and it was like, okay, it started as a hobby. Now it's more than than a
Yeah.
hobby. Yeah,
It's not a job, but
nearly.
but nearly.
Yeah, okay. You don't do this full time. It's part time,
No.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to decide.
Not yet, not yet.
Playing all of
Yeah.
this. No, playing all of this or designing the thing that I don't
Maybe in the
can't-
maybe in the future.
Yeah, maybe in the future, but you know, you cannot quit. I mean, if you read any designer tips or whatever for designing board games or making board games as a living for designing them or whatever, the first sentence is don't quit your day job.
Yeah.
Always. like hold your horses. But yeah, this is fine. You are getting a little money, so yeah, you can think you can make a living of this. Yeah, please reconsider. Don't quit your day job. So we are not in that step for quitting our day jobs, but if a couple of years are successful too, yeah, maybe one of us can.
We can consider in the future.
Yeah, or reduce day job. I don't know how to determine English.
The hours of job.
The hours of instead of working
So
8 hours
part-time, yeah.
part time. That's
As a part-time, yeah. Okay, okay. So yeah, but it needs to be the head of the team, right? So
exactly. Yeah. Really, I'm more like the brute force.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have an idea about
Not always, but usually yes.
trick-taking game that we have to do like 50 cards with all the, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I generate all the stuff and all the things, and then it's shitty. So yeah,
then she refines it,
it's always the same process.
yeah, exactly.
That's good. That's good. Very nice. It's always good to have that kind of balance, right? Otherwise, it will not be a very stable, very
exactly.
finished
Yeah,
product,
that's a really good point. You mentioned the balance, because tend to be more like, okay, this is done. I'm fine with that, and Sheila is always, no, it's not perfect. We have to get better. We have to be better, and always, and sometimes got into an argument, and you never finish the game. So, but for this point of criticism or the perfectionism of this way of working, I think like that was the key for us, for us, and at least it's working for us.
Great, fantastic, very good. So let's move forward in terms of more specifically to the games, right? And obviously one of your biggest successes is Red Cathedral, right? So but for those, I know the game, but for those who don't, right? What is Red Cathedral? Can you explain a little bit what is the game? Also, you can explain how did you went into the idea of Red Cathedral, and then you refine it, right? How did you refine it? So
Yeah,
take
we
a good example.
a lot of refinement.
A lot of refinement in this game. Yeah.
3 years and a half, more or less.
Yeah.
And a stripped down part that they end up in other games with design. So yeah, it was a painful process. So
Yes.
with
a very good final product. So
in the end, it pays off. It paid off. Yeah, a lot. So for ones that don't know about Red Cathedral, I can say something like, okay, if you enjoyed Catan, Carcassonne, Ticket to Ride, Stone Age, or all these kind of games, Red Cathedral is for you, because it has the exact amount of depth and complexity to enjoy it, and if you play it with more experienced board gamers, they will like it also. So I think that it's kind of the key of the success of the game. That on the mechanics and so, and the product itself, because I mean it's for us it was a game that we buy instantly.
Yeah.
If it weren't designed by us, was a game that basically when arrives at the store, we grab them. It's a low price point, small box with cool mechanics. So
and can you explain a little bit what mechanics do you use in terms of how is the game? Yeah.
Okay. Basically, the game is about the building of the cathedral in St. Basil's in Moscow, in Russia, and it was about in the 16th or 17th century. I always get messed with all the numbers. I mean, in one
long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. So you start with all the cards that represent the cathedral face down, and the players taking actions
in order to complete
all the cards that you flip it over, and then at the end you see like the red towers of that cathedral. So, but one of the coolest things that the game has is the rondel, the way dice roll the dice in the middle. That how do you get the resources to spend them on the cards? So it's that they has no preset rounds. It's just a race to finish your job. So you have to complete 6 cards through all the course of the game, and pretty much it. I mean, the next thing is I'm going to explain you the mechanics one by one, and then your turn. You can choose out of 3 actions, and differ at the claim actions.
And at the end of the game, you perform your score with the majorities. And
yeah, you basically you are claiming those cards and then complete them through the game. So, but you are going to score that cards when you are finished them in the middle of the game. But at the end, in every tower, you are going to score a majority. So the one that have most items on that tower will score more points, even more points. So that's the flow of the game, the timing, when you claim the cards, when you send the materials, when you go to the market and get them, all this mix. The game is that's it. It's just simple. You have 3 actions, just choose one and
perform
do it.
Did it start it that way, or you close to it or not? It was 3 years, so I bet it was.
No, but close.
I can tell you that we can remember all the version we had with the Recatilla, but for funny thing, it started as a 2-player game. Mm-hmm. The theme was about Bernini and Borromini, because they have like a competition in the meantime in the Renaissance, no, in the Baroque. So basically there are all the works, the pieces of art they did by them, but without a name. So the cards you complete in the Red Cathedral was the cards, was the art or the pieces of art that you did for yourself. Okay. But the rondel was always there. The way it got refined and distilled up to that point, it went for a lot of phases, a lot of iterations, like I don't know, 2 phases, like day phase, you go to a rondel, get some stuff, night phase, then you can build and whatever, and then it got mixed up, split again. The cards from the guilds that they are in the board, at some point were in your hands, and then you have to play them. Attaching to your board
or playing for you and for the next player.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, we tried a lot of mechanics, a lot of stuff that some of them were really bad for the game. Yeah, but I think that it's kind of because of our inexperience, because Red Cathedral was the first big game for us. Yeah, it was the first game, big game. But it was the 5th design or 4th design, more or less. Okay. The rondel thing. So yeah, I mean, we know that we have a good thing with the rondel dice, but we need more iterations than we needed now. And now that we have more experience about designing games, we already know that this idea is worth trying or not. Because, in your head, it sounds amazing, but when you put it into paper and then you play it, it's like, oh no, it's not that good. So now we more or less kind of, by intuition, like, okay, this can work. Make this can work. So yeah, let's try it. But back then, when we started designing Red Cathedral, it was like everything goes. So yeah, put everything inside of the game. Let's try it. Let's try it. Oh, this is shit. Oh, let's pull out more things. Oh, this is shit again. So yeah, put more things. And it was back and forth all the time. So now we are like baby steps. Okay, we have to implement this, and this to get this game right. Okay, let's start only with this. Okay, it went it worked, went well or not. Okay, we can modify. Then this thing is okay. Let's add to. But we learn a lot about design with Red Cathedral.
Yeah, it's
We
a more
do.
complex game, right? So it needs a little bit more structure, and you need to refine a lot of stuff, right? So
Yeah.
although the end result is simple, right? But the designing process probably is much
I mean that
difficult to do.
it's our job as designers. All the complex hide all the complexity and all the things in a close design. So when you play it, you don't feel that. You feel it is really simple. So it's like, oh, is it not complex at all? Yeah, it is not because we find it a lot and letting into a point that it is simple, but it has meaning. So.
Okay, fantastic. So, and we have Red Cathedral, but we have some new stuff for Red Cathedral, right? So we have an expansion that is coming, right? Contractors, right? What does it add or what does it change?
Like this one,
Oh, it is
for
there.
example.
Coming, yeah.
It is there.
Yeah.
What does it change? Can you tell us a little bit more of what
We can tell and we can show. So because we have this. We basically we steal it from in the UK Game Expo from the Son of the Reef. They don't know it yet, so yeah,
They
maybe
don't? Okay.
maybe they are not seeing this interview. So okay, first of all, it has a really
Special
big,
effects. If they see it, we say that we added the special effects.
it's a post production, right?
Exactly.
So basically, it has a big module that you add it to the game. That is the board of the contractors, and you also have an expansion for your personal board. That is double-sided. I don't know if you can see it, right? But when you tuck it into the bottom of your, it get stuck.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like you play with that and you don't notice that there's also a new board. So you have these meeples. They're the contractors that you send them to this map. So when you send it to this map, you can get some special tiles
Yeah.
that go to
Your personal board.
to your personal board, to the new place to the personal board. That is this one over here, because they're a new die,
A black die.
a black die. So you have one more die in the rondel, and then you have these cool tiles. Let me search for my favorite. For example, this one. This tile allows you to perform the claim action when you move the black die, but it only does once. So all these powerful tiles that comes into a nice cloth bag, there's a lot of them, and all of different, because we wanted to make the game as replayable as possible. So yeah, you can just get a lot of stuff or doing cool actions. And at the end of the game, if you, it's a little side collection because there are like 6 of them with different tools. You get even more points with that. But still, yeah, it's a good addition to the game. But
You can.
no. But it's linked to the towers of the game. So whenever you put these tiles in the top of the towers, okay, it shows
Each tower have
cities from the time being near Moscow, and when you finish the tower with this city, you will multiply your banners for the people you send to that city, and you get points for that, and then that city will be closed. So it's like you can plan ahead when you claim something in the tower. You already know which city is attached to that tower, so you can go to the board and then you can plan ahead. Like, okay, I'm going to move these guys here, and then they're going to give me some powerful tiles, and then I mean, we cannot play Red Cathedral again without this expansion. Because when we were developing the expansion, we pulled them out. For trying if the game is still working, and it was like, oh, I need the map.
Yeah.
No, I want to do that thing, and we pulled all this component out because we designed 10 new guilds of 3 cards each. So there's like
30 cards new.
30 different cards new for the guilds. It will allow you like 30 different games with the expansion, because you only change one in each game, and they are really cool. They have even material over for them special. We have also one guy that is walking in the towers, looking. It's like the boss, and he's looking at you. And when you finish a section, it's this guy. When you finish a section, if that guy is in the bottom of the tower, it's your boss, and he's seeing you finishing your job, so it gives you more points. But if you know that in the game, if someone finish a section before you in the tower, you get a penalty, because someone that getting late is finishing after you, before you. But if it's the boss seeing that, it penalty you the double. So it was in the playtest was really fun to see people trying to move the boss to their towers, and then another that no, and moving back again. So it was
And
really
most
fun.
of the new guilds
Exactly.
can be used
Without the big
without
module.
the big
So
module.
you can buy the expansion and then just use any of the 23 cards that are inside. That don't need the module.
In order to introduce the game
Yeah,
for new
because-
players,
exactly, because,
you don't need to use the expansion
Yeah.
completely.
Because when we buy an expansion, I mean, not only with the expansion, when we design a game or design something, we always think about doing for ourselves. Like, what do we expect from an expansion? What do we expect from a game? What would you want? So when you buy an expansion and that expansion changes the game completely, you're buying an expansion for a game you already love. So it shouldn't change that thing that you loved. So this expansion does not change the game, and it's really attached to the core game. You can play with or without. The feeling will be kind of the same.
Yeah.
The same simplicity with the same, now with more depth, because you can plan ahead and all the cool stuff. But still, you can buy an expansion and then use a card. One of the guilds that is a jeweler. I don't know if I say it right, because it comes with this shiny diamonds, and this new resource is a wild card. So yeah, it's a really cool thing to have, and you don't have to read. Only have to read like one line of new rules.
Okay.
So you can take the expansion and play in all the guilds, and when you're feeling comfortable or whatever, you can play with the big module. I mean, the rules are not that long, but yeah, still there are some people that maybe it's like, I have to know all of the game. So no, you can start right away with just open the box and play if you want to.
Okay, and each card then gives a different feeling, right? So each card is completely
Totally.
That's why you say that it's 30 different games, right? Because it's completely how you play it can be completely different, and there is a lot more interaction from what your explanation, right? There is a lot more interaction between the players, especially with the boss, right?
But not too much.
Yeah, but not in a nasty way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we are Eurogamers. We don't want to just to attack you for no reason, but a little of a spice to the game, and
It will be released in
August. But worldwide. So yeah, it will be available in the United States and in Portugal
and
in August, and it's that full, the game, the box. So yeah, I mean,
we are sorry you don't,
you cannot put
no.
this inside of that. We tried because they told us from the video that won't fit on the baseball. But yeah, we'll see. No, it's impossible. No, physically, I mean, you have to
You can always then release a box for it, right? To put everything. That's always.
I mean, the
kind
bigger
of thing.
ones does, right? the bigger one do that. So yeah,
Yeah,
why
well,
not?
it's if it is with more good stuff, I don't think people will buy it. I don't. But I have a lot of big games here, so,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I don't complain much about the space, or I can't at least. Okay, very good, really interesting. I would admit I didn't went too deep into what it had, but it got me really interested with the game, with the expansion. So very
Well,
nice. So
Actually,
guys,
we're really proud of that because
Yeah.
we didn't know that we were capable of designing that an expansion.
yeah. So it was something that you added afterwards. It wasn't an
Yeah.
idea that was in the that
Exactly,
just went
exactly.
outside, right? Sometimes expansions are ideas that just were put aside.
I mean, one of the
Sometimes-
pieces of the prototype, this expansion board, was a piece that you can put in the front of the personal board. You know that had this shape in the top
yeah.
of the board, so it completes the rectangle. So we started thinking the people is going to say, so this is the part you take out from the base game and then you add it again, right? Or, yeah, that's why we only took us like 1 year and a half to do that,
Yeah.
right? Because we already have it.
And
Sure.
it's not too much time, 1 year and a half, for doing an expansion.
No, I think even it's worth
With
less.
that amount of stuff, it's not that much time.
Yeah, I mean, we hate that game basically. I mean, we have to play like 50 or 60 times, and no, even 70. I mean, we spend full afternoons only playing this without don't want it to play it. But it's like, okay, we have 30 cards here,
And
so
when
we
you,
have
when
to
you
play.
end all the development of the expansion, you need to prove the solo.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, because they add a new layer to the solo game. So for the solo players, has more stuff for them. So yeah, when you, but, it's quite nasty the new one, but yeah, it's the same thing, but with a new card that moves these contractors to the map and messes with you. But yeah, as Shay said, when you finish the expansion or a game, it's like, okay, now time to design the solo. So yeah, to design it and then play it again to please. So yeah, we kind of fed up with the game. But still, if someone tell us, want to play a game of the Cathedral? Yeah, we are always up to that.
Very good, very good. So, moving forward, on top of that, right, which is a lot, a lot. I wasn't expecting as much as you shared. So, but you have other games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few more games, right, on the mix. So, what can you tell us about them? Pick one.
Okay. Well, the next one that was released in LyriaCon, I think it was in LyriaCon, was Walkie Talkie. That is a party game from of words and colors
Yeah.
and real-time cooperative up to 8 players. So yeah,
It's a silly game.
yeah, it's kind of silly game that gave us a lot of big moments. So you have cards in the hands, they're very frantic, and at least as we know, it's getting a good reception for the game. So, but it's a completely different
It's the
game.
opposite of Cathedral.
Yeah,
And it's the opposite that all of designers.
Or designs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
And
good challenge, right? Also.
yeah,
Try
but
to
as-
do-
but it's the way we do. I mean, if we would find something that entertain us, it's like, okay, we are not Vital Lacerda.
Yeah.
The people are not expecting from us to always make a deep game or with all mechanics and all the stuff. So yeah,
We began designing an abstract game for 2 players.
Yeah.
And then a filler for 2 players.
so yeah, it's basically we design whatever it's make us happy. So
Yeah. And about Walkie Talkie, what are you trying to do then?
okay, you
It's
have
a party game, yes. So
Yeah,
it's
it's a game.
big fun. So, but what are you trying to do?
basically you have a hand of cards and colors. Well, from one side is one card. Let me show it to you. It will be easier.
Because we have a open copy here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it will be easier to explain what is what is walkie-talkie. That is this thing over here. So basically, you have you get a deck of cards with one color in the back and one letter in the front. Okay, you mix them all, but mix them. You split the two decks, do this, and then start shuffling. So yeah, it's not backs and fronts and all the thing. So you get dealt a hand of cards. Okay, so you're going to have something like a mix of colors and letters. Okay. So there were in the table it will be a color and a letter. So if you play a letter, for example, a T, and there is red in the color, you say tomato. You have to say a word that it starts with this letter.
Okay.
But you can play a red one, and if it's, for example, there are an S on the table, you can say sauce. Sauce? Yeah, tomato sauce. So yeah, you have to make up with some excuse that why you play with an S with whatever. But in all of the card games or word games we have played, at some point you get stuck. Like, okay, I don't come up with any words. So when you are kind of stuck, you just shout. I don't know the term in English. I think that is Roger and over. In Spanish is cambio corto. It's like the way when you talk, speaking with walkie-talkies, and then you just flip your card, your hand cards. So now you are different letters and different colors. So you have this, and then someone says cambio, and then you have this. And then
so
you can,
everyone needs to change.
Everyone. And then you're thinking like, for example, with a B, so yeah, cambio. So really happy. And then even more, you can say corto, that is over, and then you get all the cards and pass it to the left. So if you get rid of all of your cards, maybe at some point in the game they come new cards for you because there was jumping.
And for do this, you have 30 seconds per player.
So for a game for 8 players, it will be 4 minutes for playing. That's it. So yeah,
30 seconds between what? Sorry?
No, 30 seconds per player.
Oh, okay.
So if it's playing only 2 people, it will be 1 minute. 3 people, 1 minute and a half, and then you have that's the time you have. So you set on the timer, and you have to get rid of the cards. At the end, I mean, there's an scoring because games should have to be some scoring. I mean, the target, the aim is the fun. Okay, but there's still the scoring system. Basically, you add up all the stars you have in the cards, the letters you play, and then rest all the cards that you have in your hands, and then you get a scoring, and then in the rule book you have this. You can write down the score and see how better you did it with games. So yeah, you can see it's an Euro game, dry Euro game with no theme, with sad faces all the time. So yeah,
But I bet it's pretty easy to learn, and I bet it should be very frenetic, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people shouting.
Yeah,
we have people that we like to have on conventions, right?
The good thing about the game is how the people say something weird and try to justify that. For example, in one play test, one girl say with blue and J say July. It was like, what? And they start complaining like, yeah, July is blue because of, and then they start going, okay, whatever, let's continue. So it was really fun to see, and all the times we saw people playing the game and whatever, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Because they do that kind of thing.
And they are laughing. So.
Yeah.
Wow, really nice, really nice, very good. And you have more, right?
Yeah, two more games to come. Hopefully one of them will be at Essen at Spiel in October. That will be Flow War. It's a really big hero game that we have been designing for years and got delayed, and first from COVID, then for a lot of stuff there. Yeah. So finally we saw kind of most of the artwork done, so they want to start the production soon. So yeah, we're optimistic
Yeah.
to get that ready in
In
the spiel.
October, yeah.
And it's an Euro game for 1 to 4 players.
It's a little bit more complex than Red Cathedral.
It's not that
It's
complex.
not complex, but it's
It's
heavier.
in weight of the game.
Yeah.
It's heavier, but because of the not all of our games are simple because we don't like that much. You know that when you have a really a Euro game really complex, that you have you do this and this and this and this and this in your turn, and then all of this can sprawl in all of this tiny action and but you can change these two for one goal and then everything changes. Yeah, not that complex. Your turns are really simple. So, but the thing is, the game is about buying and selling flowers in a fantasy realm,
Yeah.
more or less. It was not in the prototype. It was about selling wedding flowers in Holland. So, but yeah, I mean, there was a choice from the publisher. So yeah, it's but the artwork is really cool. We already seen that all the finished artwork,
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
And it's very nice.
It's
Really
very-
nice. Very
And
beautiful.
you didn't see everything
Yeah.
because we see it already. It was like, oh yes, it's like I want it now. I mean, it's sometimes it's difficult to get the touch from your prototype and whatever because some publisher get a fresh face to everything. But yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, the game is really simple to play, but it's really tight on money. So if you get out of money, you're not out of the game because we don't like that in games. But you are going to have a tough time to. But at least it's not that long, so it's kind of short. And the other one is Flatiron, but that one is going to be
2023.
2023. It got delayed.
Okay.
As I said, I mean the world is mad right now, so and delays happens. So,
Yeah.
and it's a game for 2 players. Published by Ludonova, and Flower is from Ediciones Primigenio, and Flatiron is a Euro game for 2 players. That if you like Seven Wonders Duel or
Tuareg.
Tuareg, Tarhi, I don't know how to
Tarhi.
say. That kind of medium Euro game for 2 players, or Caverna for 2 players, for example, you will really like Flatiron. It has our taste in design.
Yeah.
So simple actions, simple games, but with depth and cool twist.
Okay. So, in terms of a little bit of the mechanics that you use on each one of them, what is the main mechanics that you have on each one of them?
Oh, in Flower is worker placement with increasing cost. I mean, when you put one meeple in one action, cost you $1 or 1 coin. We'll say now, 1 coin. The next player that plays in that place in that action, it will cost 2 because there are 2 goods, and so on.
You need to fulfill contracts in order to
Score points.
score points.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like the always the
same
same thing over and over, but I can tell you that you cannot get that feel because we don't like that. So I mean, it's a thing. If you don't like something, you cannot design something from it because you have to test it up to the point.
Also, you have your points hide from another.
Hiding, yeah, you
hiding.
are one of the mechanics we really like. That is hiding points, or I don't know how to call them, hidden points. So yeah, you get some points, but you get chips face down, so nobody sees what's your scoring up to the end. So yeah, but the main mechanism is worker placement. And for Flatiron, I can say action selection, but
It's not a mini rondel.
no, it's not,
Not
a
at
rondel.
all.
No, it's not a rondel because you can move it
Yeah.
wherever you want. So it was a rondel at the beginning, but it's not.
You
I
have
mean,
a meeple and you
move it to
yeah.
one location,
Yeah.
and in that location you can choose either of buying the card in that location or executing all the cards you have in that location in your board.
because you are adding cards in your
Yeah,
in
I mean the game is about the building, the construction of that building from the New York that is like a piece of cake, the Flatiron. And that building it's in the middle of 4 streets. So in your board you have like those 4 streets. So you move it around the Flatiron. So yeah, when you are in Broadway, you can either or
Pick the car.
buy that car from Broadway and add it to your board, or execute all the cards you already have in Broadway. So you have an engine that you are building during the game, and all these actions makes you to actually build the Flatiron. And even more, it's a 3D game because all the stuff you put it on the board, then add another layer, put something inside, so another layer, and you finish the game when the Flatiron is built, but actually built, because you put the roof on the on that thing, and then you end up with the build done.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. and well, you don't have much information about the game, so it's really interesting what you're telling me. So that's really nice. Very good, very good, very good news. I think you guys need to, all our viewers and listeners need to look a little bit closer. If you don't know these games, is really interesting. Each one of them, to be honest, at least I'm really interested in each one of them. Very good. So okay, we already talked about a lot of stuff. So I don't know, before we move forward, is there anything else that you are working okay, we have now Floral, we have Walkie Talkie already released. Floral will be released soon, right? And then Flatarian will be next year, right? What else? What else do we have? We have
Something that we cannot tell now, but yeah, next year will be huge.
We are actually working on the solo of.
No, you cannot tell anything more. No.
So the development is.
Yeah, I mean,
the development phase is over.
We have been designing for 2 years one game. Right after the Red Cathedral got released, and we already finished it. Like I don't know, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, more or less.
But still, we are now with the solo, because I mean, the only thing that we can tell is will be an Euro game. I will have a solo mode, and all the mechanics are different because in each of our games, all the mechanics are different by now.
Okay, that's
at least we wanted to keep fresh on that. I mean, for reuse stuff, there are always plenty of time to reuse them.
Yeah.
Now we are focusing in doing different games each time.
Okay, we have to wait for next year to know.
It will release on 2023.
Yeah.
Okay, and so next year still.
Yeah.
Oh,
we have publisher, as you know.
And still we have a couple of things going on, but yeah, I mean, this is not a hobby anymore. It's a job with a schedule, with deadlines, with meetings, with stuff, but a really funny one.
Really good. Really can't wait to see what else you guys bring, because everything, even from the walkie-talkie pencil party game, is completely different. So it's and it looks really good. I'm very excited to know a little bit more about those for sure. Okay, fantastic. So before we go, there is one little game that we like to do with all our guests. Okay, you can call it Over and Under. Okay, and basically, what is it? I will tell you a word or few words or something regarding to the hobby, and I just want your opinion so that we can know a little bit more about you, if it is overrated or if it is underrated in your opinion. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Okay. You can have different opinions, that's fine. We'll go to each one. Okay, you don't have to agree with it, but it's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. Just that. Okay, just give it a small justification. All right. Clear? Okay. Let's start with the very hero game stuff that is wooden cubes. Do you think it's overrated or underrated?
What?
Which game?
Wooden cubes. Wooden cubes.
Yeah.
Wooden
Yeah,
cubes.
Wooden cubes.
Underrated.
Underrated. I think.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh,
Do you want wooden cubes? We have plenty. So, I mean, I have the drawer next to me, so it was not prepared. I swear.
we are in a
So
plastic lovers.
Yeah. So you think that we should use them, or at least have them a little bit more, because the hobby has shifted a little bit from wooden cubes itself. You can have wood, but not necessarily wooden cubes, right?
Yeah.
Or not.
Maybe we can use more wood in different shapes.
In general.
In general,
More wood, less plastic.
in different shapes, not only cubes.
Now I'm getting. Yeah, we're still, they are underrated. Because they were before everything, and we have to pay respect from them.
That's good. That's good. That's a good answer. Very good. Okay, so let's go to the other completely different part of this, which is to have deluxified games.
Wow, that's a good question because
It's the question of the week.
Yeah, the question of the week, because we didn't pledge the Castle of Burgundy Deluxe pledge because it's a mess.
But it's our favorite game.
It's our favorite game. I mean, we have 400 games, and
We have
every
to
time
go-
you
yeah.
ask us what is your favorite game, we will say Castle of Burgundy.
We have 2 copies of Castle of
We have the
Burgundy
special edition from 2019 and
and the first
the
one
first
edition. Yeah.
And still, we love all the art of that deluxe edition, but like, no, you have minis for counting points, and you can stack them like a simple wooden disc. I was like, so there's too much stuff you already don't need. But deluxified games, nobody won't say no to a little candy, right?
Yeah, it's a cool thing, but you know, you have Red Cathedral around 30 euro, not deluxified, but with a good production. I don't know.
Yeah, but we have to say underrated or overrated.
Yes, if you think
I would
that
say
it's
overrated.
Overrated, yeah.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Still, we have some deluxified stuff there. Yeah, we are not hypocrites. But if I have to choose for overrated,
Yeah,
underrated,
we have for
overrated.
Lacerda with all the expansion
Exactly.
and all the deluxified.
So yeah. But yeah.
So yeah, it obviously you need to have a very solid game, right? If it is pretty, it's not enough, right? So
Yeah.
you need
Yeah.
to have a very solid game. But yeah, I tend
That's
to
the
agree.
thing. Not because you deluxify that game will become better. I mean, the game is all about its mechanics, no, its pieces. It get better the experience, but not get better the game, in my opinion.
Okay, very good, very good. Let's go to another one that is theme in games.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, if I don't have a theme in a game, it's not a problem. For me.
So
So
theming-
for me, theme is underrated.
And,
No, overrated. Overrated.
Okay, theme for me it's overrated also. Yeah, because I mean we play a lot of old board games. I mean not that old because they're kind of modern board games, and the theme is like, oh, you're an adventurer in Australia doing whatever you wanted to do. Yeah, I don't fucking care. Yeah, so I move this piece here from here and then I'm getting points. Yeah, okay, I'm going for it. So yeah, for me it's overrated.
When
the theme.
we when we are searching for buy a game, we are not looking a theme. We are looking for mechanics.
Yeah.
So
And basically, we have a friend that called Europorn that when see the display of something, like for example, I don't know,
The
let's get
mock-up.
the mock-up. Like when you see something like this with a rumble and dice and resort like Europorn. So yeah, I'm into it. So we don't care about the theme. It's like, oh, I like that. So that's you move that pieces there. So yeah,
Because when we see a mock-up, we start to imagine the game
how
in,
it's
in
going
yeah.
and the theme is nice to have it, but yeah, for me it's overrated.
Yeah, for me too.
Okay. Well, just out of curiosity, what is the driest game that you have there without any team?
The driest.
Wow, I would.
Yeah.
For me, I think the last
Without any team, where the team is really.
the latest one. ¿Cómo se llama este? Coimbra.
Oh, Queen.
Coimbra. Because you
Wow.
you don't
Also-
feel anything. I mean,
Also, Golem.
oh,
Golem.
well, but at the end you have a golem, you have another that
no.
you have to take care. But in
I
Coimbra,
have I have balls in the game.
yeah, but in Coimbra it's like, yeah, put a dice there and get points. Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. But when I finish the game, it's like I cannot even say that I did anything. So yeah, I got a lot of points. I love the game, but yeah, if I have to think, no. I think that for me the driest, even if it's really gorgeous hardware and stuff, it's like, okay, I don't even pay attention to the faces from the cars. Like
But-
I'm really searching icons. Like, okay, I need this one.
Okay, very good options then. Very good. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time that we have. Okay, guys, we have been listening and viewing the Dice Talks, the Dice Cultural Initiative that brings all about board games and the key people that make them. My name is Cesar Mendes, and from all the people from Dice Cultural, a huge thank you for listening and for viewing, and also for your support. Don't forget to keep this conversation going. Okay, just leave a comment down below into the YouTube comments, or just email us, just talk to us. Okay, you don't forget that we are all over the place. We are on Facebook, Discord, we have Instagram, we are all over the place. Just name one and we are most likely there. Okay, so just keep the conversation coming so that we know a little bit more. What do you think? Okay, do you agree with all of this? Is Kareem a try?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Did you back the deluxeified version of Capital Burgundy? And you said, no, you are wrong. This is the most beautiful thing that you should do. Okay, just let us know, right? And let us know if there is anything that you would like to add and to share with Isra or Shei. You will have there a way to contact them, okay, on the description, so that you can contact them and know a little bit more about this. Okay, thank you very much to you two. It was a very, very good conversation. I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic for your contributions for the hobby, and also with all the things that you shared here with us. Thank you very much for being here.
As
Thank
you.
you.
Fantastic. Okay, and if you don't follow what Isra and Shei do, well, just go down on the description, and you'll have those links, so that you can then know a little bit more, know what will be they are cooking, and they just finished developing, and we'll have next year for sure. Okay. For me, it was a real pleasure to be with you guys. Okay, just one small thing that I was forgetting. Don't forget to do those 3 little things: to subscribe, click the like button, and also on the bell, so that you are notified of more stuff that we do in here in Dice Cultural. And obviously go to our website in dicecultural.org, so that you can see what else are we doing. Okay, we have a lot of stuff. We have the podcast, we have the reading articles. So guys, just choose stuff and just keep contacting with us. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day, and bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.